still getting a little situated here, but I am the beautiful, most handsomest commish you guys have ever had. Um, and we look forward to starting this 2023 Rosalinda draft. I have my special guest right here, my son, Email. Say hello. Close enough. Close enough. All right, guys, we are getting underway in about 15 minutes. So I hope you guys are watching. I hope you guys are ready because I think this draft is going to be intense. Um, why would it be intense? Let me show you a little bit. But actually, before I show you guys, I do this all the time, and a lot of people don't like it or get annoyed by it. But eh, I mean, that's what I do. Um, just wanted to let everybody know that signups for the 2023 hockey and basketball seasons are coming up. I don't have a lot of people, so I'm always recruiting, always trying to get people active in this, really trying to expand the Rosalind brand and make sure that this is definitely something that we all can get into and we all enjoy across every sport. We do have a pretty full baseball league, 14 teams, 14, 12 teams for that one alone. Basketball and hockey are on the lower side of it, but we are definitely doing everything we can to get those people rolling in. Other things that I really do enjoy doing is we also have a survivor league that I do. Pretty much the premise is going to be $20 to get in. I send you guys the link. You guys get in. You pick a team to win every week. Um, the kicker is you can only choose one team a week, and once you've chosen them, you can't use them ever again in the entire season. So it does have a little strategic side to it. We definitely want to make sure that it's fun and competitive, and it lasts a little bit longer than the normal one strike. So we do give three strikes. Three strikes, you're out, but we're playing football. Just throw that humor at you guys. Besides any of that, um, I hope you guys are interested in that. If you guys are interested, hit me up in the comments. I can definitely send you the link for that and get you guys all involved. We now have about 12 minutes until the draft, and I think what I would like to do is kind of show everybody what this draft year is to look like. I really do think that there's going to be a lot of interesting picks to come up. There's a lot of people that have some really good picks, and it's low key scary. Um, but I haven't won a season yet. This is our 11th season, and I'm not scared. Not scared at all. So, what I do want to just show you guys really quick the most interesting thing about this first draft, or not this first draft, but the first draft of this decade. Excuse me. Yeah. Sorry. Cheers, guys. Um, the most interesting thing about this draft, or about this league in general, that I think sets it apart from a lot of different leagues, is that we trade draft picks. So if you can see right here, jumps like a truck, came in second last year. He's a two-time champ. Oh, and you want some more? He's a two-time champ, and he's always looking for that next chip. And I know there's probably people out there that don't want repeat champions. I know I'm one of them, as one of the few people that do not have a championship in this league. Um, Me Fly Team, he has just won his first championship after being in the league for 2 seasons. So he won in the second or maybe his third season. He actually came from our B League, and what a star. I don't think we have had a B League member come into the main Rosalinda League and win a championship. Does it hurt me? Not at all. Not at all. But I'm here regardless to hope that that doesn't happen again. Um, Next up, we have Woody's team. Woody's team, he is a all-time favorite. He's been in our leagues before, took a little break. He has won a championship, so he is definitely accustomed to winning, and he always has a pretty solid team. Corrupt Commish, I don't even want to talk about that guy. Look at his name alone, Corrupt. He also has a championship coming in half the season, taking the league by storm, and here he is in season 6 for him. Season 6, possibly. Um, Next, we have Murder Rick. Murder Rick is I would say definitely the scribe secretary of the entire league. You could ask him to pull up a receipt from 2 years ago, and he will find it some way, somehow. He will find it. Um, Next, Dumps Like a Truck. That's the thing about our league is that we trade picks. So somehow, some way, Dumps Like a Truck has acquired 3 picks in the first round. 3 picks in the first round, and I think that is the most interesting thing and almost most interesting thing I want to see in this draft. Who is he going to pick? I've done plenty of fantasy draft mock drafts just to see people's placements, and people's placements is crazy. It's changed so much from the beginning of preseason to now, and now we kind of got to look at who is actually even available and who's actually even hurt. I think that's the scarier part. He has 3 options to take 3 big time people off the board. Looking at the list just for him alone, he's got Justin Jefferson, Austin Eckler, Tyreek Hill, Travis Kelce, that he could just take off from everybody before the end of the first round. And I think that would be something huge if that's something that he would be able to do, willing to do, thinking about doing. I think that would be super crazy. Zeke and Destroy is also someone from the B League. He has been here since, don't try to quiz me on that, but he's been here for some time, and he is definitely leaving his mark in the Rosalinda. Although he has not won in the Rosalinda, who am I to talk because I haven't won either? So, I mean, he must be doing something great if he hasn't come in last. Charismatic Champ is also a winner in the Rosalinda. I believe he was a champ. I think he was our second champ, and he has been chasing another ring since then. So our start was 2000. We'll get to that. I'll tell you exactly when that's going to be coming up. Cobra Kai is our newcomer. He stepped into the B League. He talked to me and said, "Yo, I want to be in the main league, the Rosalinda League, so bad. What do I have to do? Why can't you just put me in there?" I tried my best to tell him the rules, to tell him that this is how things go. It's not my decision of why you have to start in B League. I mean, it is, but it isn't. This is a league-wide conversation that we decided and made sure that people are qualified to come into the B League. I mean, come into the main league. So he said, "Okay, put me in the B League. Let's just see what happens." He tries to blame me for giving him like 6 days to prep for the draft. And what does he do in his first season? He wins, moves on up because the space became available into the main Rosalinda League. So we're going to really see what's really going to be happening with him. Although he does not have great picks, I believe he has the last one, and that he doesn't pick until the third round. I think that's going to be the ultimate challenge for him. But I think he's suited for this role. I think he's probably been game planning enough to make a statement in this league. Let's take a quick little break as I see that there's some comments in here. All of a sudden, Corrupt Commish has something to say. Yes, thank you. 2022 or 2012 was the beginning of the league. I was getting to that, so because he has brought it up, I will show you guys right now our history, our all-time record. So we have our very first winner, Desha Bahara. I believe I said that correctly, but if he is on, I'm sure he will tell me that that is incorrect. He was our first winner, and he's been chasing it ever since. Funny story about that is he doesn't even know what his login is for that one, so it really means nothing because he has words. I know. I mean, it's crazy. He has no record that he actually won because it's a totally different email. That's a really good point, email. Second, as I mentioned, was Charismatic Champs. He came in hot after losing in the year before and took over that. Weedham Boys comes in 2014. Didn't come in 2014. He is actually the co-commit for the league, and he has helped start everything with myself. and he has won his first one in 2014. Woody's team is also known as Sheriff's team. I think he's still using the same email, so that's where he appears right there. In 2015, Dumps Like a Truck came in with his first one. I believe that was the year that he just went off with Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron Rodgers had a great year. Not sure if they won the Super Bowl or not, but that's the year that happened. Waiver wire pickup is the corrupt commish, and that's what he had to do that year. He had a broken team, and he had to pick from a very scarce free agency to come away with his Astros win. But nobody says that but me. So, I mean, nothing to really worry about. Why are you dropping these on the ground, man? Yeah. Use that for your mouth. Next up, We Dem Boys came back 4 years later, and said, "This is my house," as he was the first person to have 2 championships in the Rosa League. And I do not like his ring because it has 2 trophies on it, but I helped pick it out, so there's nothing that I can really say about that. Checking in on the time, we've got less than 3 minutes before this draft. Zebra Lives Matter touches my heart. He is a ref. He was in the league since the beginning. His life was changing with his career. He came in 2019, won, and said, "I'm out." Did what he had to do, and he has an honorary spot in this league if he ever decides to come back. I know. Then, next you know, 2 years later, when Boys comes back, and he is the only person in the league with 3 titles. 3 titles. What does that mean to me? As a co-commish, is that I share those titles with him because we share the title of co-commish, we share the title of ranks. I think that's pretty safe to say. Peep the Falcon in the corner, just in case you guys were curious. Rise up. We're going to have a pretty good season. Watch out for our defense. Our offense is going to be kind of sketchy. We'll see what happens. Dumps Like a Truck came back in 2021 to show We Dem Boys that he's no punk and he can win multiple rings as well. So that was his second. A lovely time. I believe his main quarterback at that time was Patrick Mahomes, which we'll see. I believe Dumps Like a Truck has picked him up the past 3 seasons. And even looking at it, you can see that he was there in 3rd place in 2020. Won it the following year, and I'm pretty sure he had a pretty good run last season. So definitely, don't you shake that. I'm gonna take it. Let's definitely watch out for him. He's going to be somebody to look out for. And then Me Fly team representing his brand, representing himself, his livelihood. He came in last season, took away the money, took away a ring, got his plaque, and he's back for more. So with that being said, we're getting ready to count this down. I think we have enough people in, which is definitely a really big turnout for me. I am seeing that we are only missing 2 people. Hey, come on, man. Oh, that's gross. Do you drink this? We 20 seconds away. Going to see what the first pick is. You guys are going to get the luxury of seeing who I'm going to pick, but I'm going to make sure that you guys don't really see who I'm picking, just in case anybody is really watching. I'm going to do my best to give my expert analysis. If anybody ever wants to join, please just hit me up. Hit me up in the chat. Hit me up on my phone. And let me know you want to come in and say some things. But let's get this draft underway. Me Fly with the first pick. I wonder if he's going to take his time. I wonder if he's going to put it. Nope, he did not take his time. His first pick in the 2023 draft was Christian McCaffrey. What a pick. Being with San Fran, he really did a lot of good things. So we'll see what he does in the second year. His first full year, though, with the team. I think that's going to be really interesting. What are you doing? I think it's going to be really interesting to see what he does, especially who's your quarterback? Purdy? Something like that. Dumps Like a Truck. First of his 3 picks in the first round. What will he choose? That is the real question. And as I mentioned before, when I first started, He has chosen Jamar Chase. I think that was definitely a big part of definitely a big part of his winning streak last season and his potential championship run was Jamar Chase. Justin Jefferson, what another good pick. That sounds like a really pretty solid. It looks like we're going to be going wide receivers, running backs, as that seems to be a really big part of our league of what helps you win, helps you get to championship. And I think it's something to look out for. Please hold while I answer some messages. Corrupt commish, Austin Eckler. What an interesting person and an interesting way to go. So we have a mix right now, 50-50 with running backs and wide receivers. Murder Rick likes to throw some ranches out there, but I think he's going to stay true and stay to what is going to be working as he picks up another wide receiver. Tyreek Hill on the Miami Dolphins. Will Tua be concussed again? I think that's really going to dictate his really going to dictate how good he's going to be. Dumps like a truck with his second pick. Who's it going to be? I am actually extremely curious. Travis Kelce. Solid pick. The things that he can do as a tight end in that position, especially with Patrick Mahomes, is definitely going to be scary. Looking at a little stacked team so far. As it's getting closer to me, you guys are going to see some things, but let's just not for a little bit. And you guys just get to look at me now and just see what I get to choose. I think this is going to be. Sometimes you just got to have all the faith in the world, and you just got to trust. You got to trust the process. You know, I like it. I believe in Bijan Robinson. I think he's going to be a good star. I think he's definitely going to help Ritter feel really good about himself. And I'm looking forward to him wearing red, black, and white, the only real color that men should be wearing. Red, black, and white. I almost thought I said red, black, and blue. Now, this third pick from Dumps Like a Truck, I like it. I like it a lot. Nick Chubb. That's a very solid one. I think for me now, really looking at things, it's like, do I go with a running back or do I go with a receiver? The choices I could make right now. It's kind of scary for me. I feel like I normally don't do so good in certain positions, so I really got to stack up in the right ones. So I think this next pick for me is going to have to be this guy. And just for anybody asking, my wife is a Cowboys fan, so this is why I know who this person is. Yeah, that's why. I know. Yeah, we'll see what team you decide to be a part of. So far, so good. I think that this league is moving along nicely. There's still a lot of studs out there. My biggest question is who's going to take a quarterback first. And people are staying away from the quarterbacks right now. What do I do right now? Do I reach? I'm looking for a win this season, guys. I haven't had one. I don't think ever. I think I've gone like 6 and 7. So please let me hear it in the comments for this one. Talk to me about it. Call me about it. I'll pick up the phone. Hey, join the stream. Let's chat. But this is what I have to do. I feel like I really reached on that one, but to really help with my season, as I have come in last multiple times this season, or not this season, but multiple times in my career in the Rosa. It's not a really good look for the commish, you know. So it is what it is. I think that's my new phrase at the moment. As we watch the rest of this draft go by, I'll put this back on. You guys get to just hear the sweet sounds of my son and my voice. I think overall this is going to be a heck of a season. Derrick Henry, he really went all the way to the 16th pick. That is definitely something I did not anticipate. I thought that this would have been a really big year for running backs. I think there's a lot of good ones out there, probably more good running backs out there probably more good running backs out there than good wide receivers, or solid wide receivers, ones that you can really depend on. Not a lot. I think I've got some. Oh yeah, I forget. Yeah, look, I got you. Yeah, there's a lot of receivers still out there that will really be really good to get. If I had some eyes on people, I would say them out loud. But since I don't have another pick for another 14, people, I think I'm gonna just take it easy and just do what I need to do to just mind my own business and make the right picks to make sure that I have a winning season. I'm going to add the link to the stream into our chat. If anybody is interested, feel free, jump on in. I'll add you in for however long you're willing to be on the stream as we go through this draft. I definitely don't want to make it to where I'm distracting you guys. You don't have to tell me who you're going to pick. This is just for conversation, just to see what really happens. I don't appreciate Jeff and his comments, but it is what it is. That's just what it's going to be. I have to prevent my son from a legacy that ended a couple decades ago. And I can't let him be a part of that unless that is his true wish, to be like his mother. But let's hope for the best. So with that being said, we are entering the third round. Mighty Rick closing out the second, which now we know that at some point in time there was a trade for evolving picks between Dumps Like a Truck and Mighty Rick to allow Dumps Like a Truck to have 3 first-round picks that really kind of set up his team. Looking at the team so far, let's see who's stacked. MeFly with his second pick. Let's see what he chooses. He can really go anywhere. As far as players are still available, he could get an Aaron Jones or a Joe Mixon. I think those wouldn't be 2 bad choices. I think a Najee Harris. I think their game right now with the Steelers, I think that's what they have is the run game. I don't really know too much about their passing, but Deebo Sanders, that's another good choice. Is there a trend here? You must be a 49ers fan. That's crazy. Unless I'm completely confused and don't know this, I would say you're a 49ers fan. Oh, yeah. Yeah. See, okay, so my opinion, completely irrelevant to anything and anybody because I haven't won. So what does my word even mean? But choosing so many people from a certain team, like it means that you ride and die with this team in a fantasy level. If this team explodes in a positive way, oh, absolutely. I'm sure, what is it, Purdy can give it to Debo, hand it off to McCaffrey, hit Kittle down the middle or something like that, a nice little in route or something, little slant or something, little curl. But what happens if they play a team that actually won't say shut down, but slows them down? What's going to happen with that? Who really knows what could really happen with that? And then because of those three players, now your team is shot. But that's just my opinion. And as I said before, I have not won. I will even do something just so everybody knows. This is my disclaimer. Just in case you guys need to know, I have not won. So do not even listen to me. What do I want? I will definitely say to pat myself on the back is that one of my friends' leagues with more people and a smaller playoff picture, I actually did win that season. But in this league that I helped create, not helped create. I think I was just more of the hands behind it. But I was there. I'm a co-commish. I still haven't won this league, and I think that almost hurts me more than anything. But I'm not going to cry on the stream. No, I'm not. Let's see. So people that are left on the table, we got a Garrett Wilson with the new Aaron Rodgers, which looks completely weird in a Jets jersey. But I mean, I guess it's still green, so I guess it works, but it doesn't. So I don't know how he's really going to do. Waddle, I know he's an explosive quick little receiver along with Tyreek Hill. But is he worth the 28th pick? I don't know. Devontae Smith, we'll see how healthy Jalen Hurts is. I know coming out of that last season and even the Super Bowl Jalen Hurts was wobbling a little bit, and I know a steady quarterback could hurt everybody. All right, a non-steady quarterback could hurt everybody. But maybe he's worth it. Olave, Garrett Wilson. All right. So Corrupt Commish likes the connection between him and Aaron Rodgers. That's what it really comes down to. I just for kicks and giggles, I kind of think that Zach Wilson is going to get his shot, and I think he's going to surprise a lot of people coming off the backup. But what do I know? Let me throw my disclaimer out again. I haven't won. What do you guys want me to do? I'm just telling you guys what I've seen. I don't know anything. But, back to business. Going after things. Seeing who Cobra Kai, our new member, who has 3 picks to finish out the third round, see how he really does to make sure his team is up and ready to go. Let's actually take a look at his team. Well, before we do that, let me just take my pick, which I am going to take Aaron Jones. I think for me, and this is just looking at me, I think that's something that'll really help me. Where am I? Oh, the worst. Well, maybe not, because I'm already pretty good with the running backs as far as stacking them up like that. But just in case Jamar Chase gets hurt, might as well take the backup. What's the worst that could happen? He gets hurt too. He doesn't get thrown the ball. He doesn't have any touchdowns. A lot could go wrong. But the thing that I try to think about is faith. Faith. Optimism. If I am not an optimist, I am definitely not a realist. So I can't see this going wrong. I can't. I mean, how could it? I don't know. But we'll find out. That's what we were going to go look at. We were going to go look at Cobra Kai's team, the newcomers team. He's stacking up his team. He has some decent picks. He started off with Justin Fields to get that out the way early to make sure that he still has a quarterback. And Saquon Barkley, very, very reliable. Back-to-back picks. He might as well take Devontae Smith. Might as well. Why not? Why not? For me, coming up next, let's just take a look at my team altogether. If you guys want to, shoot me some input, some advice, I'll listen to whatever I can. Nobody's taking Devontae Smith, huh? Let me see what's happening over here. Oh, okay. I mean, he could, because these are all likely things that could happen. But I think what I'm going to have to go with, I think I'll go with a reason to not like the Saints that much more. Who's the quarterback over here? I don't even know. But does that make me feel good? I don't even know. Don't you drop that. You know what? Just got to believe that Jalen Hurts is not going to get hurt. I really wish somebody would hop on with me, have a little banter back. We're not banter because I have number one, so my words mean nothing. I'm just the commish that's just pushing these things along. We are about halfway in the fourth round. People's teams based on projections and just what it has been taken so far. This is what everybody's projected stats would be for the entire season for where they're at right now. I know. It's crazy. So based on this and who people have had so far, based on the picks they've had, it's no surprise that Dumps Like a Truck is number one with 5 of his first picks before the 20th pick. What else would you really expect from that? If you weren't projected to win after the first 5 picks in 2 rounds, that would just be odd. That would be a song that I kind of bring up so not often, but ever so often. Just how bizarre would that be if he did not have a good team? Oh, here's a question. Where do the Falcons go at quarterback? Where do the Falcons go at quarterback? I'll pull myself back on the screen for that one. You're all right? Yeah, drink some water, man. Look. Drink some water. Honestly, I would definitely think that we definitely ride out this first season with Ritter. I think overall, I have the same feelings as I did when Matt Ryan first took over the Falcons, regardless of what happened to Michael Vick. I was kind of just like, he's a rookie. I have zero expectations for him besides help us win, learn, and be better for the next season. And in his first season, he took us to the NFC Championship, if I'm not mistaken, or at least pretty far to the playoffs. And that surprised me overall. And I was like, oh, snaps. I think we have a solid quarterback, regardless of what happened later in his future, later in his life, later for the team and everything. I wish Matt Ryan the best because that's my quarterback. But I think Ritter, he can't really disappoint me now. I mean, it's really going to be him just proving everybody wrong. But I think with the moves that we've made during the offseason for our defense, I think with our defense should help out enough to give us room to develop and room to kind of grow and feel like, okay, this is my team. This is something that I can really do for the future and maybe lead us back to the Super Bowl where we don't, choke. And Aaron Brooks, how disrespectful are you, Mr. Richard Smith? Look, I called you your government name when I should have just called you Murder Rick. That's on me, but that was a very disrespectful comment. Because we all know that Aaron Brooks was a cousin of Michael Vick, who also played on the Aints, and that ain't happening. So we cannot bring our need in Aaron Brooks. Thank you, email. We do not need an Aaron Brooks. You ready to come into the chat? All right, but don't touch nothing. You touch something, we're gonna have problems. All right, here's my son, guys. Looks just like me, crazy hair and everything. But we do not need Aaron Brooks. Let's get back to this because things are changing, things are moving, and I've been distracted by this blasphemous conversation on YouTube, which I guess that's where it goes now, is just over here. Here, you want to play with this? Here, there you go. How dare you? Taking any other questions? Anybody else have anything to say while we go through our draft? Anybody want to hop on? You know, everything is available. Everything is available to talk about. Still wanted to look at some people's teams. Let's take a look at Murder Rick's team. What is he doing? What is he plotting? You know, this is the number one person against and for collusion. But you know, who am I to say anything about collusion? Because I try at every chance I get. But I am not the corrupt commish. He has a team of Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Joe Mixon, and Mark Andrews. So I think my question to Murder Rick would be, who is going to be his quarterback? I see he's filling out the skill positions, which, you know, you could say that a quarterback is a skill position. You need a good general. But get out of my ear. What are you doing? Yeah. Joe Burrow. Okay, my bad. I take back. I am sorry I used your government name. That was a really pretty solid pick. I think in regards to what Dumps Like a Truck has of taking Jamar Chase, you know, you definitely know that you will be taking those points away, but still giving him points at the same time if you guys ever play each other. And the same thing for myself with T. Higgins, which I am rooting for you, Joe Burrow, Murder Rick, to have more touchdowns and passes to T. Higgins than to Jamar Chase. Do you accept the challenge? I hope you do. I really hope you do. We them boys. Your team is stacking up pretty nicely. You've got two pretty solid running backs. Drake London. I like that pick. I'm still a little bitter about Drake London. Do I think he's a solid contender? Do I think he's a solid receiver? Yes. Do I think he's a number one receiver? You're hearing this first from me. No, I do not think he's a number one receiver, but he has not proven himself yet to me to be a number one receiver. Last season, what hurt me the most was that on game-winning drives, this man decides to palm the ball, put it out there to gain yards, which is cool. Thank you. But then by the time he gets tackled, he fumbles the ball, turn over the ball. Falcons lose, close game, number 7, 6, 5, 8, whichever number you want to use. And I think that really hurt me and scarred me, and I don't know how I really feel about that. I can really recover from that. Besides him having a season where he's just balls out. Just the man behind the computer. Nothing I can do. Fair enough, Murder Rick. Fair enough. Hasn't had a solid quarterback. Hating on London. Absolutely corrupt commission. Absolutely. I just explained why I'm hating on this man. He's hurt my heart. We had game-winning drives, and he caught the ball. It's not like he missed the ball or he dropped the ball. It was overthrown. It was put on his hands. And my father always told me, if it touches your hands, you should catch it. Whatever you do after that, you should still do something intelligent to hold on to it, to hold on to the ball, not just put it out there. You're not Michael Vick. And that was Michael Vick's problem. Sorry, but that was his problem. Put it out there, running with one hand. No, that's what messed us up. Heineke will be starter by week 2. The disrespect continues from Murder Rick as my son farts on my lap. The disrespect from the two of you guys is a little too much. One play that hurts is losing that Super Bowl. Whose side are you on, Kamish? Why would we want to bring up that? I don't want to bring that up. All right, you know what? It's cool. Heineke by the start of week 2. Let's get back to this draft over here. Let's see. Cobra Kai has been making some really good choices. Aaron Jones. I was actually looking at Aaron Jones. Darren Waller, a solid tight end. Waddle and Lockett, I think, are going to be sleepers if they can actually do something. Who's the Seahawks receiver? Geno Smith. Yeah, he made a good little breakout last season. Kind of messed up the mind of Russell Wilson as he was traded, but I mean, still, that's pretty jacked up. Let's see. Let's take a look at my team really quick because I kind of forgot who I drafted. Let's see. So I think what I really need. No, I think what I don't need absolutely at all is a Kyle Pitts. I don't need it. He's coming off an injury. Maybe week 10. No, you got to believe a little more in Ritter. He's technically a full-time rookie right now. Last season he had 4 games, 4-0. Somehow beat Tom Brady. Doesn't count because they pulled him off. But I mean, who am I to say? He did what he had to do to get this start. Mariota did his thing to keep us alive in the games. He wasn't the best, but I mean, homer bias. Well, makes sense. I think Ritter is going to last the season. I think we invested too much in him to just let him be a couple games, 9-week person, and then he's done. I don't think we would do that to him, even though we probably did that to some other people. I think we did that to Mariota, but we used Mariota just to kind of like groom him and show him and talk to him on things. Not like he was the greatest, but I mean, he did some things. Other than that, I think Ritter's going to be fine. As long as he stays in the pocket, moves when needed, keeps his head up, looks down the field, doesn't have to make a play out of everything. He can just do his job. That's all that I need him to do. That'll make me feel good. Trey Lance to Cowboys. Is Dak done? Yeesh. Wow. Is Dak done? Dak is done if Cowboys go on a 2 to 3 game losing streak. Done instantly. Maybe mid-game if it's already going downhill. Take him out. Put in Trey Lance. I wouldn't be surprised if during certain games where Dak looks Romo-ish that we don't hear the Cowboy crowd saying Trey Lance. Put in Trey. Put in Lance. Boo. Do I think Dak is a good quarterback? Statistically. Absolutely. Does he make bad decisions sometimes? Well, quarterback doesn't. I guess Super Bowl champs and stuff like that. But whatever. I think Dak can get the job done. He's just not fully there yet. And I don't think it's his fault. I wouldn't blame the Cowboys either. I think if I did blame the Cowboys, it would be just the overall pressure of, America's team are, having to be great so soon and just go straight to championships. And honestly, that's might not be who Dakota really is, like maybe he's just not that quarterback for this team. So one slip, one fall from him, and he honestly could be benched. Let this man get hurt accidentally on an ankle injury for trying to run outside of the pocket. Trey Lance is coming in, blue and white. And I just hope that he's not Trey Romo, for Cowboy Nation. The disrespect that would be to bring in somebody to potentially replace, and then they're exactly the same, just lighter skinned, more hair, younger. That hurts. There's no foot. There's no foot. There's no foot. That kind of things, those kind of things hurt. Um, I don't know if Trey Lance really got a chance in the preseason to do anything. Um, but we'll see how he does. Maybe Trey Lance and Dak end up doing like a dual quarterback situation, kind of like what the Aints were trying to do with Watson. No, Watson. Who's the boy's name? Winston and that other guy. I don't know who the quarterbacks are. Taysom Hill, whatever. Or maybe they're trying to have like a little duel like that, back and forth, back and forth. See who really. Maybe this person's good on this play, and this person's good on this play. Maybe this person sucks at this, and the other person is better, decently better. Maybe maybe they have that kind of dynamic. But I think with Mike McCarthy being the quarterback, I think he would probably just go with a solid quarterback. I think we'll probably hear more often that Dak is this quarterback before they say, "Yeah, we're going to switch him out." Yes, before we say we're going to switch him out, and now we're going to go with a new quarterback. Like I think Mike will probably support Dak a lot longer than a lot of people probably think with Trey Lance coming in. I mean, I know he got hurt a lot in San Fran, so we probably didn't really get to show, who he is and what he can really do on a professional level. Um, but I think Dak has kind of shown who he is and what he can do. Yeah, I think he can take that team places, but I think the biggest question is will he? And just because you change a quarterback doesn't really do anything unless you're Brock Purdy. Other than that, it is what it is. We are moving along nicely now as we are in the second round or the seventh round. Meat Fly just took Deontay Johnson and Evan Ingram. Charismatic Champs. Oh, he's on auto draft. How unfortunate. But I think with him picking up Trevor Lawrence, it's not a bad pick. I think he's developing into a decent quarterback. And if I didn't have who I have, I would pick him up on my bench just to kind of see what he can really do. Looking back, I need at least another receiver, running back, or tight end. Then I'm going to go maybe for my kicker and defense, but those people haven't been picked up yet, so I've still got some time. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to throw them my way. I'll give you guys the best answer I have. Looking at what's available with Chris Godwin and with Chris Godwin still on the board, it's kind of like, what is he really going to do without Tom Brady? And who is the quarterback? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Corrupt Kamish took Chris Godwin. What an interesting play. You are listening, huh? Did you do that to spite me? Did you do that to say, oh, well, you don't think he's going to do anything? Well, let's prove you wrong with that one. I wish you the best of luck. I don't support any real teams. Sam Darnold, okay. Would he come from the Jets before Zach kicked him out? No. Did Sam go to Carolina? How long has he been in the league now? All questions that I have now, especially with, two good receivers in Tampa Bay, not going to lie, regardless of the division that they're in. But can Sam Darnold really get the job done? I don't think I've heard his name enough with successes to say that I trust Oh, the Panthers. Oh, thank you, Kurakabish. Thank you. I'm glad this isn't like football trivia because I would be failing right now. But I mean, that's another team that I don't care about. Um, huh. Well, look at that. So he went inter division to play for another team. That's like Tom Brady leaving the Patriots to go play on the Jets. Right? That's weird. I know. Um, like yeah. Or wasn't Winston somewhere? Winston before he went. Oh yeah, you did it too. Bunch of punks. He was on the Bucks and then he went to the Aints. That's crazy. If Matt Ryan would have done something like that, that would have hurt. Worst division: NFC South or AFC South? Wow. You know what? Right off the bat, I'm going to tell you straight up. I don't know if I can really even name the people in the NFC South. So automatically, I would say that they suck more. Um, no biasness. Looking it up right now. Jacksonville, AFC South is worse than the NFC South. I think the NFC South right now, um, every team is kind of rebuilding. Um, every team is kind of rebuilding, and there's no real team that's like, oh, this is a team that's going to win the division. This is a team that can even push in the playoffs, for the Super Bowl or anything like that. Dreaming way too big. I don't think that there's a clear person in the NFC South, nor do I see that in the AFC South. Tennessee's kind of fallen off. Colts can't hold on to a good quarterback. I think they drafted somebody new, but I don't know who they are. Replacing Matt Ryan, which probably was a better choice, but the line was iffy. Same as the Falcons when it was with us. The Texans, I don't even know who's there. Jacksonville's could possibly walk away with another divisional title for the AFC South title, but I don't think that they can really make another run after that going against the AFC West, AFC North. No, the AFC kind of right now is Buffalo Town. Um, Buffalo and the Chiefs. But worst division, AFC South. Not just because of what I'm wearing. Um, there's, I think maybe at least two teams out of the NFC South can come out and go to the playoffs just because they're experimenting, trying to figure it out too. And the Bengals, yeah, but that's AFC overall. Um, but if we're just looking at the AFC South, who's there? Who's a contender? I'll wait for the chat. Stop it. Okay. I mean, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? What else should I say? I have nothing else I can say about it, right? Even email agrees. Yeah, I know. I know. Can you believe it? But we'll see what really happens in the future. Um, I think this is going to be a very interesting season. A lot of things are going to be up in the air. A lot of movement. Um, only division champ is going to the playoffs from the NFC South. Only division champ is going to the playoffs from the NFC. Yeah, and there was a lot of things about even um, that one year that the Falcons went 7-9, and who were all, I had somebody at my job at the time was like, "What? The Falcons went to the playoffs? They shouldn't even be there because they don't even have a winning record." And it's like, yeah, but we won our division. like, what do you want us to do about that? We don't make the rules. Um, but I would definitely agree that the only one going to the playoffs would be the NFC champ, NFC South champ. Am I talking too loud for you? Sorry. Um, Who makes the first trade in the league? Okay, first trade in the league. Statistically, people who make the first trades in the league are the champion. Um, Champion typically makes the first trade, and his trades are pretty good. Um, if you can really see what he's looking at or what he's thinking. Um, 1 second. Um, I think Champion is going to make a trade probably with either Dumps, Cobra Kai, Weedham Boys, or Mayfly. I think typically that is where he would go based on what he has on his team. He is known to never have the same team that he drafted. That is his record. Um, and there's not a lot that really changes that. He kind of goes after that. He kind of lives for that. Um, so I think he'll be definitely making some trades. Maybe not like tonight, maybe not tomorrow, but by week 4, he will make a trade with someone. But in that time, trade offers will be gone out. I think second to him would be between Cobra Kai and Corrupt Mish. They've got some history. However, I don't think that they would really do a trade together unless it's a really, really good trade. Um, Weedham Boys will probably do a trade third, but his will probably be a lot later. I think over time, the number of picks or number of trades has decreased just based on hearing that it's collusion or hearing that it's not a good trade or just being really skeptical. Definitely with us trading draft picks, I think that definitely scares a lot of people. Like, I know I was talking to Corrupt Commish last season, and I was like, yeah, let me get you, let me get this player, and I'll give you let me get your third round pick, and it was like, nah, my first 3 picks, like that's where I make my team. And I'm like, I agree. I hear you. I support that. And then I make a trade with that player to somebody else, and that player actually does good. And he's like, I should have took that trade. It's like I told you, I'm not trying to do anything. I was already probably destined for last already from last season. I'm just trying to get some picks. I asked for a third, you know. But that's in the past. You can't change the past. You can only control the future. So who really won? You know, Me Fly won. That's who won out of everything. Um, let's see. So far, only Murder Rick and Charismatic Chaps have chosen defenses. San Francisco and Dallas. I think Dallas does have a pretty good bend, don't break kind of mentality when it comes to defense. But if you break them, like they're done. They are done. Um, there's still some good teams out there. What about some defenses? Huh? Um, some defenses that are out there that I think are going to be pretty good. Somebody just took somebody. Huh? Buffalo. That's was one of them. I would say Buffalo, Philadelphia, Baltimore has to do some things. Cincinnati, Kansas City is like they're just potentials. Um, but that'll be interesting to see if we're getting ready to get into that round of it's time to get defense. Which it looks like there's still some people out there still needing to get some running backs and some wide receivers, necessary, unnecessary. Kicker. Oh well, he's on auto draft. That's a real shame. But I think he probably has a solid team now, and now he's just going to be getting bench players. Looking at this team is actually not bad. As far as the starters, Cam Akers, Furfurbuth. Um, that's a hard name to say. St. Brown has been pretty good. CeeDee Lamb, Cooper Cup, Trevor Lawrence. It's not a bad team at all. Um, yeah, not a bad team. We the boys just made a pick. We the boys. Aaron Rodgers. That's belief right there. Um, Alvin Kamara, get him on the bench, even though he's suspended, is a very risky move. But I think he's probably gonna capitalize on that, just because it's Alvin Kamara, and who else do the Saints have? Um, wow, some other star set of people kind of. What else? Some kind of sleeper. I think we're in sleeper mode right now. Um, so let's see what we do. I don't mind showing you guys. I think I got most of my team already. Um, I think I will take a chance. And I do believe in Philadelphia's defense. I know the next person I'm getting is hopefully a sleeper, but he's going to be on the bench for the most part. Um, there's still a lot of good people, but I think there are a lot of them are still going to be sleepers. Elijah Moore will be a sleeper. Samaje Perrin is going to be a sleeper. Jamal Williams is probably get a good start until Kamara comes back. Rashad Bateman will probably be one of the top receivers for Baltimore. Geno Smith be a good backup. Juju Smith, he'd be pretty solid. Tyler Algier, I can't say his name. It's Tyler. He would probably be a good backup for Bijan if he gets hurt. Then I'm done. So maybe I should actually look at him. Um, Wilson Jr. Who said Wilson Jr. earlier? Didn't corrupt commissioner say about Wilson Jr.? Why'd you bring up Wilson Jr.? Hey, please come on the show so you could explain yourself, just in case. Cobra Kai is definitely taking his time. That is crazy. I feel like he is plotting something. He's scheming something. Picks up the defense, the Jets defense. Does he know something that we don't know? The Jets defense? Do you guys know something about the Jets defense? Interesting. I think for the very reasons that I just specified earlier, um, I should probably go with a little safety net. Hopefully, Cobra Kai is not watching this, so hopefully he doesn't do me dirty. I brought you into this league. I can take you out. Um, After my pick, guys, I'm just going to probably leave the screen up. I think my son is asleep, so I will BRB after my next pick. Talk about Garrett Wilson. Oh, yeah, okay. Just defense is going to be on fire this year. Wow. You think AFC East Division defenses are going to be tough? Well, they kind of have to. They're going against Aaron Rodgers twice, and they just have to make sure that they get him back the ball as soon as they can. So I can't see that, but am I really a believer in that? About to make my pick real quick, guys. I will be right back. Do not miss me too long. Did he do what he should have did? Okay. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Insurance, guys. I'll be right back. Um, Go ahead and keep looking at the screen. That's okay. That is a-okay. All right, so we are an hour into the stream, almost to the 11th round, so we are closing up pretty shortly. Recent picks that I've missed. It is that time, looks like, to start getting some defenses. Miami's defense, okay, I like it. Um, I think if Tua gets hurt, they got to do something. Um, so we'll see about that. Uh, Really sad that Charismatic Champs was unable to make it to the draft. He lives a busy life, and more power to him. Let's look at some standings while we were in the middle of all this. So still projected, but still people missing at least one person in those spots. So I mean, there's really nothing that we can go off of from just projections. As I've learned several years in a row, you can't go off projections. Projections mean nothing. You can't do anything with that. You can't win with that. Who cares if you won just because of projections? You were projected to win. Did you win? What we can't look at is last year's totals with the people that we have so far. Um, for people who have any rookies, it does hurt them as their person will give them 0 points from last season. Um, and as you can see with the total points from last season, Dumps Like a Truck is still on top by less than 30 pins from Corrupt Mish as far as what they have so far. Dumps Like a Truck is missing a kicker, and Corrupt is missing a tight end and a kicker. Um, all those things can change, and last year's already in the past as far as stats go. Now they're just stats that we can look at. That's pretty much it. Surprising but unsurprising is Champion, just with his team from and their stats from last season coming in and last so far, and projected as well. He does not have a good future projection wise. But based on the picks that he had, he did not have a pick until the third round. So it's kind of tough when you do start out like that. Yeah, I think those are the really good things that make this league what it is. As tough as it is as much as you need to and want to plan for the season that you're in, and trying to win that one. At a certain point, you cut your losses and you start planning for the next season. I think I think Champion went all in with picks to try to salvage his season. Um, in the end, I think hurt him more than anything. Um, I think a lot of people could probably say the same thing. Cobra Kai came in with picks that he didn't even get to choose. For his last team owner did what they did, and I'm sure he is going to give this season the best that he can. Um, let's take a look at Zeke and Destroy. Zeke and Destroy, as a reminder, is the one person that is one of the people that came from the B League, and he has not left. I don't even think he's been close to the bottom, so he definitely has a pretty good future ahead of him. One with staying in the league, and two with potentially getting, a championship ring. We are a winner take all league, so the pot is 720 for the winner. You get a championship ring, you get a championship banner, and get your name on our trophy. Has been going around now for 10 years, and we are on the 11th year. One day, my name will be on that trophy. I will flash that ring on the screen, and I'll be immortalized in Rosalinda history. But until then, I will just be the best commish that you guys could have possibly had. I think that's a fair consolation. Um, did Ezekiel really go to the Patriots? I really don't know why they let him go. And I do kind of hope that he does some good things and wherever he's at, if he really is. If he really is in the Patriots. I mean, nobody likes the Patriots anyways, but you still got to root for people. Right? Let's see. Third down guy. I can see that. Definitely a solid third down guy. I think he's definitely the guy that you want to, pick up those last yards, those well needed yards at that. Goal line, I think he's going to be fantastic. I definitely give a lot of credit of my knowledge of the Cowboys and probably also my dislike for the Cowboys. One to the Kokamish Whedon Boys. I think he has helped make me a believer in the game that they have. But I still don't like them. But that's just my personal opinion. I mean, my wife's a Cowboy fan, and I have to live with that. My mom's a Cowboys fan, and I have to live with that. But the theme of this entire stream today is that it is what it is. Nothing that you can really do about it. Nothing I can really do about it. I probably know more Cowboy fans than I know anybody else, and it hurts. It hurts, but I don't see them any different than I see somebody else. Yep. Yes, you, Zeke and Destroy. Yes, you. Are you going to change your name now that Zeke is no longer on the team? Huh. I mean, like, you're going to have to, right? If I draft him right now, would you trade me him or trade for him? Because that is a part of your name, and I feel like he should be with the person whose name is part of their name, right? That only makes sense. Let's see. We're getting closer and closer to the end. Adam Thielen went to the Panthers? He's always a Cowboy in your heart. That is poetic. I appreciate that. Matt Ryan is always going to be a Falcon. He's always going to be my QB1, and nobody can ever take that away from me. I don't care what team he's on. Will I buy a Colts jersey? Absolutely not. But I will support him in everything that he does. And I think that he is going to be a fantastic coach, QB coach, analyst, Hall of Famer, has to be, regardless of his Super Bowl plunder that I don't even think was really his fault. I think the one thing that made me upset or sad was that, was it 2 years after that Super Bowl plunder? Then they changed the rules and say, oh, in overtime, both teams get to touch the ball. And it's like, well, I mean, that would have been useful 2 years ago. But can't cry over spilled milk. That's what they say. Let me throw that banner back out here because it is what it is. It's that's just the way it is. Tupac. Um, Closing in on more of this draft, let's see these standings of projections because projections are interesting. Dumps Like a Truck still does not have a kicker. Odell Beckham, I think that's some belief in there that he can bounce back, have a good season, allow Lamar Jackson to do his thing and get him the ball for those really good catches. Gabe Davis is definitely a good pickup. I know he's going to be a little sleeper on the Buffalo side. And he also has Josh Allen throwing him the ball. Is that going to hurt or help? I think that's going to be a really interesting thing to see as the season goes by. Isaiah Pacheco being the running back for the Chiefs, that's always just going to be interesting because I feel that the Chiefs pass more than they run, but you never know what happens. The identity can definitely really change. Kyle Shanahan, yes, we should have run the ball. That is correct. But Kyle Shanahan being a pass heavy coach, offensive coach at the time, coordinator. Um, but what can we really do about that? You know, um, Moment of silence for the Atlanta Falcons 2018 Super Bowl loss. And we're back. As we enter the 13th round, really getting back into this. Let's check out some more standings. Who haven't we looked at yet? Charismatic Champs, who's on the auto draft. Unfortunate. Oh, we've already looked at him already, right? Woody's team, Lamar Jackson, Justin Jefferson, DeAndre Hopkins with the Titans, Jonathan Taylor, Dobbins, Tyler Higbee, Christian Watson, I'm unfamiliar with. New Orleans defense. That 2016, my bad. I'm really showing that I'm devastated and hurt. I can't even remember that year. What even happened that year, 2016? Where was I? Oh, wow. Trying to forget. Trying to forget, and I just can't. Um, I really like this team for Woody's team. I think he has some good components that he can swap in and out and really uh, have a sustaining season when his starters go on a bye week. I'm always interested to see who are the last minute kickers that are available. I do my best to get the kicker that I enjoy the most, which it looks like he is already done. Who did it? Who did it? Who did it? Frickin' Mighty Rick. That's okay. I'm glad you respect that Young Wei Koo is cool. He's a good kicker. Um, so I mean, there's hopefully some other teams on the board that can help make this happen, help make this work. Um, Definitely got to be on a team that actually scores a lot or scores enough. Um, uh, it's getting down to the nitty gritty. I think people are just going to be picking up people. Adam Thielen, I think, is still a pretty good choice. Has he kind of fallen off a bit? Possibly. He's getting older in age, and his numbers are quite the same, but I think he's still going to be pretty reliable. It looks weird in a Panthers jersey, but we won't really talk about that too much. I was also curious who got my other boy. Who did it? Calvin Ridley, champion. Absolutely. I think with him coming back from his gambling escapade, I think he's definitely going to be a sleeper for sure. The speed on the team for Jacksonville. I think he gained a lot of experience being under Julio Jones, who will be a Hall of Famer, I'm sure, to be able to hold his own on any team. Calvin Ridley, if he would have stayed on the Falcons, he would have been my next jersey. But now the next one is probably going to be Terrell, um, or maybe nope. I think that's it. Yeah. AJ Terrell. I think that'll be my guy next. Um, but anyways, seeing who's left over as we enter the last three picks potentially. Um, I'll ask you guys. Hopefully, you guys can respond a little bit faster because I know there's a little bit of a delay. But who would you guys draft next? I think I've got some people in mind that I think would be pretty nice. Um, if you want to wait till after my turn, I think that's cool. This doesn't have to necessarily be advice for me. It can just be just things you would put out there just to see if somebody's going to take them. See who's actually watching this. I see that there's 3 people watching, and I know there's 4 people watching, and I'm one of them because I'm trying to make sure that this all works. Yeah, I don't even know who was watching. So, hope you guys enjoyed yourself. I really was hoping that somebody would hop on, but that's okay. That's okay. This was last minute. I didn't really know I was going to do this. Didn't know I was going to have my son in my arms the entire time. But I think I know who my last 3 picks are going to be. If you guys really want to know, just so you guys can try to take them away from me. Well, I'm up, so you guys are going to get the first one. I'm going to go. I think I should really get a kicker now. I think the kickers are leaving me. I think they're going to score a lot of points, get a lot of kicks, a lot of close games. Dicker to kicker, you know what I'm saying? After that, now I pretty much have a full team as far as like my starters go. Now I'm just kind of picking up bench players. So as far as my bench players go, you guys go ahead and look at these ones, see if I can take them. I would go here. I would go here. I know. Why not get a little shark in there? Singletary might do some things. Chuba, maybe he can bounce back, be more of the main running back now that McCaffrey's gone. Who knows? Maybe Gus Edwards will get some action, but probably not. Stafford is not even drafted. You really have to be a solid Rams fan to draft Matthew Stafford. But why not? Who's even left as quarterbacks? Ooh, how interesting would that be to draft Trey Lance with the hopes that Dak gets either benched and a non-season ending injury or career ending injury, just to give Trey Lance a chance to get out there in the white and blue show what he can do, have the solid spot, and then whoever has Dak is just done. Like there is nothing that they can do. Like how crazy would that be? And then Trey Lance takes the Cowboys to do whatever they want to do. That would be crazy. Just crazy. Um, but I think I'll do this for potential trades because. Do you have anybody that I want? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll leave them out there. I don't really like them. No, I think we can do this. Hey, Zeke and Destroy, hit me up later. Later on in the season, later on today, whatever works better. And we can talk, even if it's just uh, Zeke for Brees Hall, or Rashi Rice and some draft picks. You know, we'll see what we can do. I'll just hold him just for you. I would at least want like a 6th or 7th round pick for Zeke. If he starts to go off, okay, let's look more at the 4 and the 5th pick. Dak is getting benched. He Sizzy. Who is he Sizzy? I forget I'm in a public one right now, but who is he Sizzy? But I'm going to send I agree. Who's he's Hector? I mean Cobra Kai. Yeah, I can definitely see that. And as a Cowboy fan, I'm guessing yourself to have this kind of just knowledge. I think I appreciate your feedback and your information. So I know even more that my next decision should be a solid one. I know my next decision should be a solid one. No regrets. Um, no regrets. Or did somebody already take them? No regrets. What's the worst that could happen? He starts because Dak got benched. Dak had a non-career-ending, season-ending injury. He just had to take some time off. They're just trying out Trey Lance. What is the worst that could happen? Then think about this. Thank you, Zeke. I am dyslexic and cannot read. Um, he is not getting benched. And with that information, maybe my next pick isn't going to be a good one. Which way are you trying to sit? Which way you want to be? Maybe my next one is not a good one. I guess that would be hoping on a lot. I thought I had some insider trading, but it's just more of the Cowboy Nation showing their love for Dakota. How interesting. It does make me rethink, like, draft Matt Ryan. That's when the belief is really real. Is he even still here? Dang, they took Matt Ryan off. Maybe if your team last season has anything to say, you have great instincts. Wow. Wow. You know what? I don't hope a lot. But now what I'm going to say is I'm going to draft Trey Lance. And if something happens to Dak Prescott, I hope nothing bad really happens. But if something happens and they have to start Trey Lance, I'm going to bring up this chat. I'm going to take some screenshots and I'm going to show the chat that this is, yeah, no Julio, yeah. Like, I'm going to show the chat that, hey, when you guys were against Trey Lance because of the Cowboy lovers in here, I went with my gut. The only person I could see getting him before me would be another fellow Cowboy. Oh, you woke up. Go on, Kev. There you go. Would be another Cowboy lover by the name of Weedham Boys. There you go. They like that. That would be the only other person that would draft him as just taking a chance. But now my question is who drafted him? Me Fly drafted him. Dakota got drafted super high, so that player really believes in him. Me Fly, yeah, drafted him 43rd. So are you saying I should just pick up Trey Lance and just wait for Dakota's demise? Yeah. So why do you draft a quarterback or trade for a quarterback in the NFL when you have someone you believe in and you think could help take your team to the next level or to where you want them to be? But then you bring in somebody who has just as much hype, if not more, and say, oh, yeah, Dakota, your job is still safe because we love you. Yeah, you got hurt and we kept you in your job. Even though Cooper Rush could have replaced you and probably did a little bit better. A lot of it better, actually. Maybe not statistically because of the games played. But if this doesn't put a fire under Dakota's butt, I say you have talked about it enough and that you have a gut feeling. Go for it, dude. I don't think Dak will get benched, but he is injury prone. See, that's what I'm talking about. The support is real. The support is real. Go with the gut feeling. Once again, what is the worst that could happen? I just need a quarterback for a 1 week. Hold on. Patrick Mahomes, week 10. If I don't, I gotta get Trey Lance. So I need Dak to get one injury, a 1 week injury, week 9, sit out week 10, start Trey Lance in week 10, and then hey, it's been great. I think I've had a great time. Why not? Where'd he go? Why can I not find him now? Somebody draft him? I just need you for 1 week. This is saying Dakota will have a 1 week injury for a minor injury to his ankle, maybe like a little sprain for 1 week recovery. Trey Lance is given the shot over Cooper Rush for the 1 week, and this is what he does. You gotta believe, guys. You gotta believe. Got to believe. As we enter the draft is now complete. Let's check out the projected standings of where we're at. And right now, Corrupt Commish is sitting on top projected wise, followed by Dumpster Truck Zeke and Destroy, Charismatic Champs who did auto draft, uh, Mighty Rick, Woody's team, Murder Rick, myself, Champion, Me Fly team, Weedham Boys, who even though he's projected at the bottom, always surprises us about mid-season. Cobra Kai coming in projected last. I'm also noticing that Weedham Boys did not draft a kicker. Oh, he drafted a rookie kicker maybe, so he doesn't have any stats or projections. Um, Based on last season, this would be how the rankings are, just based on last season. If we were to say that this is it, then it would be Corrupt Commish and the auto drafted charismatic champs in the playoffs or in the championship game, fighting for $720. Followed by Zeke and myself, hopefully fighting for more than third or fourth place. Um, Based on stats alone, they have champion coming in last. How interesting. I'll probably go over just a couple more things that I'll probably want to look at as the draft really finalizes. Um, just want to remind everybody about what happened last season. Um, Last season, as we know, we had Me Fly. Sorry about that. Didn't realize you couldn't hear me. Yeah, so these are the first week's matchups based on projections alone. Um, I know that a lot of people probably wouldn't be starting the people that they have starting right now. We have the champion taking on Zeke and destroying the first week. We have Cobra Kai taking on the newcomer killer, also known as Weedham Boys. He normally likes to make a statement and make sure that they know that have a good night. Have a good night. Good luck this season. That they know that this is his league. I get to go up against Corrupt Commish, and hopefully one of the commissions will show that they are true, just, and fair. Mighty Rick going against David's or Woody's team, I think should be a good matchup. Um, just going off the bat, while I still have everybody going to these league pickups, and I might as well make the picks right now. No looking back. Going off projection wise, always. I will never vote against myself. Projection wise only, I will go off of this team. Zeke and Destroy. I got to root for the champion, at least in the first week, to have a good showing. Murder Rick, I think normally has a pretty solid team. This is going to be a pretty close match, but let's just go with the auto draft team. Cobra Kai, newcomers have to lose the first week. That's just rules. I don't make these rules. And Dumps Like a Truck, always making a good show with Champion not having a really good draft show. We're going to go with Dumps Like a Truck. Picks are in. I hope you guys don't let me down, as I hope that I let myself down. Um, I don't believe that the draft rankings are available yet. But once those are available, I will be posting them into the chat. So stay tuned for that. Um, if there's anything else I could say as we close this out, I just want to let everybody know. Um, I have the Survivor League that'll be coming up. Start of the season, $20 to get in, 3 strikes, you're out. One team per week, but you can't use that team again. Also, I have hockey and basketball starting up shortly. So if you're interested in it, please show me, or not show me, but send me a text, send me a message. I'll get you guys in. We need as many participants as possible just to make it fun. And other than that, that was the 2003 Rosalinda draft. I am the commish. Having questions, please feel free to reach out. Last minute, $70, Venmo me for the prize money. And I hope you guys have a great season. Best of luck to you all. And for my son and I, to you guys, have a good night. Talk to you guys later.